my friends. This month we're going to start to take those hundreds of ideas in your head and start engaging them in a way to where you will have a contract with success that will come at the end of this. I want you to start engaging CEOs. So what does that mean? Being an effective CEO and entrepreneur are two very different skill sets. The difference between being a CEO or an entrepreneur actually comes down to your style. So beyond the title, a CEO has a different approach to the work they are doing. CEOs start thinking about how to grow and expand into new markets instead of staying comfortable in their warm markets. A lot of you are probably really comfortable in your warm market. Now, if you're thinking about how to improve upon what you've already built, which is a mindset that is essential to get over, you have to start thinking broader. A CEO feels accountable to those in the business with them, as well as their customers, as well as to the global reach, even if it's just of the global energy of their brand. So when you jump over to being a CEO, or you start working with CEOs, you start to see that there's this thinking and questioning that goes on every day within all of your mindsets, including your financial mindset, in a good way, not a bad way. You start questioning what metrics you need to be open to acknowledging, and you start to connect with every aspect of growth in a way that allows you to embrace risk and yet close the door on those items that you're doing only because you should, because you're supposed to, or because it's shiny and sparkling today. Shiny thing syndrome is a really huge thing for those of us that are very visionary, as well as those that have come to a point where they see that energy is stuck. So it's stuck, and you've embraced either a win, which is why you're stuck, or a loss, which is why you're stuck, and so you don't want to move out of this zone. You don't want to put yourself out there and lose, and you don't want to put yourself beyond this win because you are celebrating the win that you just had and it feels good, and you don't want to go any further because then you're not a winner anymore, which is wrong and judgment. So just remember, because something else looks shiny doesn't mean you're going to use it well. Sometimes it's the push to take your business and wrap it up, and sometimes it's just something to keep you stranded on your own little deserted island, right? So where your attention and awareness goes, such is your growth. When we don't grow ourselves as CEOs and start asking our business what it desires to be, asking ourselves what we desire to be, we start becoming shepherds. Now, a shepherd's primary responsibility is the safety and welfare of the flock, which has nothing to do with your potential. The job of being a true leader is to create more leaders. And so, even though it feels much more comfortable when you are gathering and herding than when you address your own business, that's not what you're here for. The greatest leaders are those who don't look for followers. Think of Martin Luther King Jr. or Gandhi or Mandela. They were trying to create more leaders in order to help many people. So you need to stop thinking small. Also, I want you to start embracing the call to say something. Like seems to go with like. However, in social media, if you do nothing more than like, no one will ever get the opportunity to know how awesome you are. You really have to start to sparkle and shine like the being you are, like the energy you are. How many times have you wondered, when is so-and-so going to actually start to work with me or buy something from me? when we get stuck being who we are, who we think we are, well, then other people want to be like you and be around you. It's being stuck. It's like a reflector. It just sends the light away rather than attracting it. And so just liking by nature as connection, it's kind of like an online scream. And no one wants to listen to that, right? So relationships grow all the time because that's what life is growth. Change, chance, and choice. So you have to change how you engage and then take a chance at playing and creating with the other people in order to have those big choices appear. So how do you get from point A and beyond? It has to do a lot with usability. There are probably 1,000 products exactly like yours. Same with services. So in your mindset, maybe that means you've already entered a saturated market and you're already going to fail. The truth is, that's not true unless you believe it. People will connect with those that they like and trust. And so when you are authentically you, you will find others will gravitate to you and balance out the needs you have to go even further. But you have to offer your opportunity in a usable manner. Usability goals are business goals. So this month you're going to start with some usability testing that will involve one-to-one research with your marketing tools. Now maybe this is your website, could be your YouTube channel, or maybe Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or Stratosphere, any of that. So you want to first select the items that you want to test. All right. So if you want to test your blog, you're going to post 2 blog posts this month, and I want you to use 2 different formats. Or if it's easy to do, on 2 different platforms. Which platform do people like best? So you can post 1 post on Blogger and maybe 1 post on Google+, right? Because generally I post on both. So maybe that's something to think about. Or maybe test the colors or layout of your blog. And you may say, I can't change it, because that's so limiting. If you can't change it, if you can't figure that out, it's the wrong platform for you, because it's limiting you. You can if you really desire. Also, you want to post maybe 2 posts on whatever most active social media channel you have that more or less say the same thing, only use 2 different pictures or 2 different videos and 2 different approaches. Now, see which approach your tribe likes the best, because that's going to make a lot of difference to you in understanding really the growth of your niche. Also, final task, I want you to do 2 different images. One image I want you to just take and post without any thought, just as you probably normally do. Oh, lovely outside, take a picture, post it. The second one, I want you to stop before you take the picture. I want you to think about the picture. I want you to pull energy into the space and into the picture, and then I want you to post it. And I want you to see if people connect with the energy differently than they do with just the random post. By observing behavior, we can learn what our actions actually do rather than just what we think they do, which I have to tell you is not always the same thing. All of this is going to start shining some light on those that you need to connect with. They may just be as mastermind friends, or maybe customers or business partners, or maybe they might end up all 3, but the magic is in the awareness of who and what is happening in your business with the people around you. What is the right balance of business and pleasure? What is the right balance for you? There's a space where you'll find yourself either living in judgments and posting absolutely nothing of value, or what I call slurry, or over posting everything but your true value, which I call sludge. And that is the post that you think is all about your value. Do you sludge and slurry a lot? We have a warped image of who we are, and it's all connected to our physical being. However, we see our physical being through this lens of distortion based on memories that have been trapped in the amygdala for way too long. These memories condition us and are subjective. So in order to start seeing ourselves in a different space, we have to let that crud go. When you start to go after something and then stop, ask yourself, what just happened to me? Why did I stop? What did I feel? Where in my body did I feel it? And what word did I just attach to it? This is some big stuff. Then I want you to write down what the worst possible thing is that could come out of you following through, and see how that makes you feel. And how can you overwrite that fear? Maybe it's not even a fear. Maybe it's a judgment that you are too excited. And we can't be that happy, right? So now determine what is the best outcome. Does it offer value? Does it help you share a passion? Does it expand your goals? Does it open up an idea? And does it help you earn some Benjamins? Right? When you redefine that, put a word on it. Give it some energy mojo that you can call on when you find yourself down that same old rabbit hole. Maybe that word is sources. That connection opens up so much needed sources for your supply line of business. And when that happens, instead of starting to cave inward, I want you to say, woohoo, sources! Applaud it, love on it, release it and follow through, and see if that doesn't start to release some of the space you've closed off and open you up to some of the additional possibilities. I also want you to look at your posts at the end of each week and see how much ended up being sludge and slurry, and how much was authentically you. If you aren't authentic, you aren't going to be aligned, and every post will fall flat on its face. People will unfollow you. So what else do you need to be able to make your business the best it can be? What knowledge are you lacking that you think is just a bit player in your business? Because I promise that there are quite a few learning opportunities still waiting on the sidelines for you to take advantage of that you are pushing away because you think you're too busy, too tired, maybe you think you're not really interested enough in it, you're not smart enough for it. There is always opportunity for growth. And through that growth is where you will have the ahas that make something finally click and move forward. So just do it. If you want that perfect latte, you know where you have to go. So why do you keep going to the drive-thru? Remember what I talked about last time? If you waste money on something that's just filling a gap, you aren't getting any benefit out of it. In fact, it's kind of dragging you down. Do the work you know you need and want to see out of yourself. It's reasonable to be hesitant at first, but that is what will make you this leader that you're going to need to be in the future for this team that you're going to grow. All of this is going to start shining some light on those that you need to connect with. They may just be as mastermind friends, or maybe customers, or maybe partners, or all three. The magic is in the awareness of who and what is happening around your business with the people. That's the essential thing. Now, remember neuromarketing? So you're working on breaking through the noise of your marketing channels and really engage and resonating with your followers, right? So here's the time I want to challenge you. Create a technology goal in order to do just that. I honestly don't care what it is. I just want you to be the CEO you know you want to be, because CEOs are proactive. You have to invest, monitor, and participate in the conversations that are merging into your business in this meaningful way. I want you to go to war with the thoughts that keep you in a boxed up space. I need you to acknowledge complaints, fix any concerns, follow through with your posts, your blog, your videos by actually doing them. And recognize the customer who brings something of value to your life. If you sell products, track it. I use SquareUp's Marketplace because I can track inventory. However, if you have real life goods in the market, make sure you have it set up so it doesn't refund if you forget to tick that it's been sent. If you have samples to help keep your business going, keep them available. Don't wait until you're out of something to reorder it, because that's important. If you offer aromatherapy in your sessions, have the oils you are going to need the most of or sell the most in stock. Figure out how to focus in on the priorities of money flow rather than treating it as if it's dirty. Money isn't dirty. Money glows. Money flows, and money knows what you think about. So that's all the yes. The no is that I want you to stop doing something that isn't working today. Not something that you are afraid to do, but something that you just know shouldn't be in your life. Something that you know is a big fat lie. Look at your past, look at the successes, make sure you don't drop something that still belongs in your space, especially if it's just something that you are fearful of. Start to explain the challenges that are sticking out to you. This is called self-appraisal. Give yourself some honest answers, accompanied by at least 3 concrete examples of why this may be a big fat lie. Self-appraisals are very vital to your business development process. Nothing within your business model should be an afterthought. I'm serious about that. Really take the time to decide what works, where you are hitting your social media voice, which platform is valuable, and which just makes you look bad. Does your website take what feels like an hour to load? If people come to your website and it doesn't look and feel complete, that's not a great thing. Have you posted on your blog in the last year? Have you posted on your page in the last year? If you're living in the cold wilderness and struggling to get by, sometimes, my darling, it's just because you desire to pack up and move on. Sometimes it is just that you don't believe in yourself. So when you narrow down what you think you should drop, you've written down the reasons why, I want you to really kind of just zone in, close your eyes, think about it for a minute, and does it feel heavy? Or does it feel light? If it's heavy when you think about dropping it, it's something that is a big fat lie. If it's light, maybe there's something else that you're missing about it. Ask yourself, is this for someone else in my life that I'm just carrying around for them? Ask yourself, is it a big fat lie? Drop the big fat lies, and that way you can stay consistent and true to your brand's voice. I want you to make sure, if you have any questions, that you really do reach out. As we go into this month, I ask that you be very truthful in the purposeful, consistent expression of your brand through words, services, and images that really engage and motivate everyone around you, including yourself. Because that's the most important part, is being true to you. You can find me at Bija Girl. You can find me for more business ideas at agirldesign.com. That's www.agirldesign.com. I also do coaching through Bija Coaching, or you can find me on Facebook at Paleo Veggie. So, here we go. February, we're going to rock it 2018. And make sure that you let me know how it goes. All right. This will be fantastic for you, I promise.